Well, so far through a few days of progress, how do you feel versus day one after last night?
Well, it's step by step. We've had really good work days, and we had that again today. We had a lot of guys that played last night in the second group, so I was happy to see their effort level. Nobody backed off. It was a good hard working practice. There was good detail to it, so it was valuable. Good hard working day.
As far as goaltending, we know the numbers say that they've been stellar, but what about the defense as well with their job in front for the first couple of games?
It goes hand in hand. I mean, it's the play of the five guys in front of the goaltenders as well. We haven't given up a whole lot, in most of the games, but when there's been breakdowns, whoever's been in net has done a good job. So, that's a positive for them, and just that carries over into practice. You see the compete and the battle level in practice is something that we're asking from not just our players but from our goaltenders as well, and we're getting that compete.
Was that mostly transition work you guys were doing today?
Today we did a lot of transition work. We did some work down low in the defensive zone, and then obviously some of the transition work couples into some neutral zone defensive play. That's an area of our game that has to get a lot better. I mean, we're slow there right now. We're overthinking things and looking for perfect plays rather than just reading, reacting, and getting going quick.
Dave, do you like to do that, focus on one area of play a day, or are you kind of sprinkling in a couple different parts of systems?
It depends on the day. Like today we were able to get a good chunk of 3 different areas, and there's always other things that leak into it, right? You still have your the baseline, the baseline areas and the foundation of the game that you want to be part of, each and every every drill that you're doing. But we were able to touch on 4 different areas today, and that was like I said, that's a pretty good work day in 45, 50 minutes.
You had some different line combinations out there. That's just part of the camp experiment, and I would guess. And
well, it's there's some lines that that we'll leave together for a couple of days that we want to see, that we shifted today, and we'll try to go into not a lot of there's not a lot of time, so. But we'll try to shift into some of these looks over the next 3 days and give them a game or 2. We might not be able to give them more than that, but want to see things for at least a practice or 2 plus a game.
And you had Yanni on the wing this afternoon.
Yeah.
What does he bring as a winger?
Yeah. Well, wherever he plays, he brings pace and tenacity, and we know that he can play up the middle, and he can do a very, very good job there and anchor a line. He can also do a great job on the wing. We saw that for a stretch last year. He's played a lot of left wing in his career. He's very comfortable playing both, and most importantly, he's willing to to go with whichever spot fits our our team structure the best. He's all in.
As a coach, what does it mean when a player is like, play me wherever? Does that mean
it's what you want to hear. There's no big explanation or sit down needed, and especially in Yanni's case, he's just all into whatever the team needs, and the fact that he's done it throughout his career. Like you don't want to take a player and put him into a spot where he's uncomfortable, especially at this time of year when when he's competing for everybody's competing for something. But in Yanni's case, I mean, he's a veteran guy. He knows what it takes to win. He's been successful in both of those spots, and that's why he's part of the leadership group here, is because of his willingness to do whatever's needed.
Are you seeing your leadership group continue to connect with some of the younger guys and help bring them along in whatever way they might need?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. We have, we got a lot of young guys obviously in camp. We got some of those young guys that are trying to stay here and and carve out a role and a job for them, and they need help to do that. They need the help of good, solid, intelligent veterans around them. Sometimes just to keep things even. Other times it's maybe for a little bit of advice here or there, or a tip or 2 in terms of how to do some things on the ice and off.
Dave, you did have some young guys leave camp. What was your message to them before they left?
Every one of them, we had good, just a good positive conversation with. You want them to grow from their experience here. I believe all of them did. All of their experiences were maybe a little bit different, but they all had, good opportunities again just to be around, around this environment, around this atmosphere. Kind of dip their toe in the water a little bit to see what is in their future. Now, take that focus and go back to their home club and have a great year and be motivated from it.
Magnus Hilberg got in the game last night. What have you liked about his camp and last night's performance?
What, kind of stood out to me last night is just his compete level on pucks, and again, not a huge volume of work, but when it was pretty chaotic in front of him. Especially the portion of the game that he went into, and then the first part of the third was pretty chaotic. So he had to work through traffic and make some good saves along the way, and it's a good outing for him. It builds off of what he's done in practice.
Did you like your goalies celebrating there at the end?
Yeah, they've got it going right now, so they were happy to not be doing the over and backs, I guess.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks.